Jonas Baes or Jonas Baes in Germany. I am a composer and ethnomusicologist, and I am professor at the University of the Philippines College of Music, where I am also the associate dean for student affairs. In 2012, I was invited by the Musikhochschule in Lübeck to be a guest professor and under the DAAD scholarship program. It has boosted my career because, well, personally, first, there are several levels, but the first level I always say is personal. It has boosted my career in the sense that it has boosted my self image, my what I am. Of course, the more practical side, the more general side with regards to careers, I have contacts, many contacts with institutions. I can speak the language, although it's not that perfect anymore because I haven't been living there. Germany has always been part. They have been so generous in helping us develop on our own, become ourselves, not become Germans, but become ourselves, and that's so unique for my engagement with the German institution. Since I studied in Germany in the 1990s, my best memory actually is the feeling of coming back after, in fact, 20 years. Now I came 1992 and I came back in 2012. It was such a grace. Uh, with the feeling of returning what I learned. And this is the notion of exchange, which I actually have always felt when I was in Germany. I go every morning through a bus from I lived in Eckenerstrasse, which was like a 15-minute drive to the Musikhochschule uh, in the city, in Lübeck, and I get a bus on this bus, and every morning there's this old woman which actually befriended me, and she tells me so many stories, and I loved it. And but the first time she asked, "Why do you have to study here?" And and then but she befriended me, and I learned her life and all that. I learned uh, I learned the notion of her loneliness, living alone in her Wohnung. I learned what is it to be old in Germany, what it is to be a Rentner, what it is to be in such a highly industrialized city. I felt it's so. I mean, I was so happy in the sense that somehow when she sees me at the Haltestelle, she comes to me and she doesn't talk to me before we come into the bus. She just looks at me and I look at her, smile. When we come into the bus, it's already automatic. I would sit beside her and then she would, do you know, Weiss? Wissen Sie, later on it was already do and this sort of engagement was fantastic. I mean, I learned so much. And, this very experience that came to me in Lübeck was a realization which let me hear back all the stories I had with people. That these were people. This exchange is not just an academic exchange. This is an exchange between people. It's a way by which we can encounter people who have their own stories, who have their own lives. Those who are living in that enclave of modernity are actually people. They are human beings. They have their own stories. And that encounter with that old lady who I meet on a daily basis in the bus and tell stories for like 20, 15, 20 minutes on our way to the city was actually a big encounter for me. I said, I was learning something new again. We should transcend being different. We should transcend difference and genuinely understand each other from standpoints.